Cool. All right, let's role play. Who's calling me?
That's great.
So who's calling me? Chris? That's perfect.
Oh,
Thank you for volunteering.
I'll call. I do have something that I'm trying to like think through. I have a lead from one of my wife's clients. I guess Friday. He's interested in selling 400 acres out in Madison County.
Okay.
It's just timing is what he told her. Hey, I want to make sure everyone's back to work before I like start moving forward. So my thought process is I'm going to call him and just, hey, introduce myself. Cause I haven't personally met him. And then just see what he's thinking, but
Let's do it.
okay. Ring, ring.
Yeah. Hello, this is Jeff.
Hey Jeff, how you doing? It's Chris Buno. I'm Vicky's husband. I know she mentioned. I'm great. Hey, she mentioned to me that when she was over there, that you might be interested in selling your 400 acres.
Oh, that's right. I did say that, didn't I? Well, you got a buyer?
No buyer. I just wanted to talk to you about the market. I know she mentioned you had some concerns, just with the whole craziness that's going on now.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to break script for a second. So the first thing I want to do is ask questions.
Okay.
So you did great. You were transitioning into like, hey, here's what's in the market. And that's a tell. So we haven't learned enough about what's important to tell them what's important.
Okay.
So the first thing is like, hey, how'd that conversation go? Or what are you thinking? Or what's your timeline? Or anything to get them talking. Because as soon as you start talking, you become a salesperson.
Yeah, I noticed that. Okay.
So like literally, and I'm super visual, but imagine like one of those horse race tickers, it's like tick, 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 the horses are racing each other, and he who talks the most loses.
Okay.
Okay. So let's start it again.
Okay.
This is good.
Ring, ring.
Hello, it's Jeff.
Hey Jeff, how you doing? It's Chris Buno. I'm Vicky's husband.
Oh yeah, how are you, Chris?
I'm great. Hey, I just wanted to call and see how you're doing. And also just see just see how you're doing during this craziest time, and also just introduce myself.
Oh yeah, I'm doing all right. Things are crazy out there, but I mentioned to her that I was maybe thinking about selling that land when things clear up. So I guess that's why you're calling.
Yeah, I was gonna see. Yeah, exactly. I wanted to see what you were thinking in regards to that sale and what was actually important to you.
That was so good. Did y'all hear the difference?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you guys hear that? There's a different emotional tick to it. So the cadence, there was nothing salesy about that.
Okay.
You were coming from curiosity. It was upbeat. There was nothing weird about that.
Okay.
It wasn't a take. So remember, you can't make a withdrawal without a deposit. So the first thing you're gonna do is say, what's important? And like, tell me a little bit about what you're thinking. That was so good. That was so good. All right, so let's go back into it. So yeah, I've got these 400 acres that my family owned a long time ago, and as soon as this Corona stuff clears up, it's something I'd like to get on the market. Kind of like to cash out on it.
Okay, it makes sense. That's definitely during this time. Vicky did mention that you and your wife might feel differently about this. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, she wants to keep it. She's got this idea like naked babies running around the mountain and they're riding four-wheelers. But I think given I'm a little nervous about what's going on with the economy. So I would rather get the money out now because I think it's worth quite a bit. Yeah, she'd rather keep it, but I'm just trying to be, financially savvy on it. I think we better cash out now versus later.
Okay. And when you say now, is there an exact timeline you're looking to meet, or?
No, I just don't want the bottom to fall out. So it's either assuming the Corona stuff's over in 6 months, then we can get it on the market. I just don't know if anybody's looking right now, and it doesn't make sense to get it on the market now. I'd rather wait till all this is over.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can give you a little advice on my end on what we're seeing in the market.
Okay.
Buncombe County, now new listings have slowed a little,
Okay.
but we are seeing new listings still.
Okay.
And year to date, we are an increase in listings from last month. So we are seeing an increase there. People are still closing. Now, I'm going to break script real quick. Jeff, I don't really know much about – I've been looking at houses and stuff on the market. I mean, but I don't know much about land. So me giving advice about land, that's also a little like nervousness, I guess, there.
Hey, Chris, you don't know shit about houses either. You're brand new.
That's true.
Okay?
Okay.
So let's get over that.
Okay, got it.
Here's the good news, though. All you have number one firm, largest firm, number one company in the country. You got tons of data. You have more resources, and you have a huge support network. You can there's 400 people on our Facebook page. Do you know that if you, during this call right now, if you post a question, within 5 minutes, you'll have an answer? No one else has access to that.
No one.
No. So this, it's like, I've said this before, but when you anticipate the question that you don't want to get, so like, just don't ask me if I've sold land before. Just don't ask me if I've sold land before. Like, from an ESP standpoint, I'm literally going to be like, oh, have you even sold land before? You're going to deliver it to me on a platter.
Okay.
Right. So, so mastery, and this, we use the word mastery in Keller, but mastery is as you have done the activity so much that you get more and more savvy and creative, and you have experiences to back it up. So mastery isn't an event, it's a process. So there will never be a point where you're like, I'm the land guy.
Okay.
And there'll never be a point where you're like, I'm the best realtor in Asheville. But what you can say is, I've got your best interest, number one priority for me. And if I don't have an answer, I will find it. No one's going to work harder for you. And if that's true, which I would believe it to be as a new agent and knowing you so far, then there's nothing else anybody can offer. You've already got the corporate resources, so just lean into it.
Okay, that's calming, I guess.
It should be, because, like, so do y'all know, I'm hijacking this whole thing, but do y'all know the story about my first listing? Does anybody on here know it?
Didn't you say you messed it up real bad?
Nah, man, I didn't. Keep your mouth shut. No, I'm just kidding. So I was working desk duty, like floor duty, and I literally have never had a listing before. And I get a call. This is 2008. The bottom's dropping out of the market. And I get this call, and this woman's like, hey, will you come list my house? And so, like, I'm like, go, God, this is it. It's my big day. So I'm like on GIS trying to find it. I can't find anything. And she's like, well, I'm in Henderson County. I was like, oh, gotcha. Okay, so I switched with GIS websites. I'm trying to act like I know what I'm talking about. I bring it up. I still remember the address. It was 10 Bel Air. And I bring it up, and the tax value on it's like $600,000. And like, I am green. I'm a brand new agent. So I'm like, yes, ma'am. What time would you like me to be there? I don't even know what to take to a listing appointment, right? Never done it before. But I'm like, I'm certainly going to this. She said, will you come list my house? Like, I'm there. So I go to this woman's house, and her name was Connie, and she had lost her husband and had a ton of money in the stock market. And it was 2008, and she had lost $750,000 in the last 3 weeks in cash, like in the market. And that was all she had, because they had everything in the market. So she's freaking out. And she's like, I just need to sell the house before I lose the rest of it. This is where, I can get this money out. And I was like, gosh, this woman's in a terrible shape. So I do this whole listing presentation with her, which was it was more about customer service than anything, because I didn't know anything. And then at the end of it, I'm literally during the whole meeting going, do not ask me if I have any listings. Do not ask me if I have any listings. Do not ask me. And what do you think she said?
Tell me about your other listings.
She said, how many listings do you have? And I was like, no.
Mind reader.
Right. So that's part of delivering that on a platter. Now, I was having a snappy day intellectually, and I responded really quickly with, Connie, I think what your intention is to ask me how many listings I've sold, because if I have listings they haven't sold, is that what you meant? And she laughed, and we went on to another subject. But that
was smart.
the moment where I fell apart. I don't have any. I've only been doing this for a week. And then I literally just went into customer service. Connie, I don't have any listings currently that haven't sold. There was nothing untrue about that. Did not have any listings currently that hadn't sold. And I said, but I can guarantee you this, you would be my one listing, and I would think about it when I woke up in the morning, during the day, and before I went to bed at night, and how I could get it sold. Does that make more sense to you, or would you like somebody that's got 40 other listings at the same time? And she signed on the spot. I sold the house 3 times. Okay.
You sold it 3 times?
3 times. Sold it from her to somebody, that person sold it again, and then that person sold it again within a span of 3 years, maybe 4 years. But see how my point in bringing that story up is it's all about how you respond to questions and what you have determined is your roadblock. If I had said I don't have any listings, that would have been the end of the meeting, and she would have interviewed other people. Right?
So
Just,
Jeff, the same answer for, I mean, I could organically hear, well, you seem very nice. That's great. I'd like to list with you. How long have you been in real estate? Similar answer, just a month.
or I think that's funny. I've been living in houses since I was, 2 years old. Are you asking me how long I've been selling real estate?
Right.
Right?
Right.
So it's all about just not creating a roadblock. So getting conversation with them. I use it. I use this all the time, but it's shoulder to shoulder. Come from curiosity. If you're across the table emotionally from them, they're asking you questions, you're responding. They're asking you questions, you're responding. It's a tennis match, and it's hard to win.
Yeah.
But when you get shoulder to shoulder and say, is this what you meant? Or help me understand why you're asking that.
Yeah.
What's important about me being in real estate for a long time? Do you want somebody that's exhausted and tired and does the same old thing time after time? Or do you want somebody that's the new and looking for new opportunities, new marketing, and has all the energy in the world to succeed? See, it's just reframing. I'm saying the same thing. It's just reframing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do another one. This is good. What else? Come on, who's doing one? Go.
I'll do it.
Okay, why don't you call D?
What topic specifically about? Anything?
You asking me, or you telling me what's important?
Asking you if there's a specific topic you want me to do.
Do Chris's land deal.
What was that?
Do Chris's land deal.
Okay. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, is this the owner of 456 South Main Street?
Yeah, maybe. Who's calling?
Hi, my name is Carlos Cardenas, and I'm a realtor with Colorings Professionals, and I was wondering if I could come by and take a look at the plot of land that you have sometime this week.
I'm sorry, you want to take a look at what?
The land that you have for sale sometime this week.
Oh, the land. Okay.
So
How did you know I had land for sale?
So let's reset. Carlos, did you hear the setup for Chris?
No, I missed it. I had to walk away, let my dog out.
Oh, okay. So Chris is.
I'll call Carlos.
Okay, cool. So D, call
Awesome,
Carlos.
thank you.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, is this Carlos?
Yeah, who's this?
My name is Dee Russell, and my husband gave me your number. You know, Bill, Bill Russell.
Uh, yeah, I do. It's been a while.
Yeah, he's a friend of yours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, when he last spoke with you, he told me you had mentioned you'd be interested in selling that 400 acres sometime in the near future.
Yeah, I don't know if I should sell it all together or like sell it in separate parcels.
Okay, sure. That's a good thought. You might want to break it up a little bit. What else are you thinking about, in terms of timeline, and why do you think you want to sell it?
I don't use it and I'm tired of paying the taxes for it.
Okay. So you just want to sort of cash out on it?
Yeah, I just want it gone. I inherited it. I never used it. And I just thought, why let it go to waste?
Okay. And what are you thinking in terms of timeline,
That's good, D.
Carlos?
All right, so pause.
Yeah.
Break the script. Did you feel your transition there? D?
Did I feel the transition?
So you went from making a sales call, I want to do a good job at this, to you're literally, I can see you on Zoom, your body
Yeah.
relaxed, and you said, so what's your timeline look like? And it drew me toward you.
Okay.
So these are the subtleties that you're never going to find in a book.
Right.
But that I literally was drawn to you. Your body changed, like you relaxed, your tonality changed, and your cadence changed. So you literally said, so what kind of time are you looking at? Or whatever word you used. And
Right.
I was like, oh, it kind of gave me a relaxed.
Right.
So that's the key. So come into it. Now, the one thing that you can't come into a conversation really like chill like that. So like, I don't know, is Laura Keeter on the call today? No, but she's got like this like phone voice where she's like super soothing. And like, I honestly just want to fall asleep when she talks.
Yeah.
I have to get her to uptick.
Right.
And I think when you go into a phone call, so let me just role play this with Chris. So ring.
Hello?
Hey, is this Chris?
It is.
Hey, Chris, this is Jeff Stewart. My wife mentioned that she was talking to you the other day, and you might have some land that was itchy a little bit. So I was calling to check in on that. What's your thinking on the land?
Yeah, I'm glad you're calling. I sure love Vicky. Yeah, I'm thinking. I want to sell it. I kind of want to get the money out now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess all this craziness. My timeline. I can't really figure out what the best timeline is.
Gotcha. My crystal ball is broken, so I'm sorry I don't have that answer for you. But tell me this, Chris. What do you have are you looking for a 1031, or what are you going to do with the money once you get it out, so I can help you make an educated decision on that?
Financially, we're really just need the money for retirement. Like my wife's at the retirement age, and this is something she kind of inherited.
Okay.
So yeah, we're just really trying to set that up because she's going to retire this year.
So let me ask you this, Chris. Would it make more sense to sell it sooner, or do you have some flexibility on timing? Could we wait a little bit and see what the market does? I don't think it's going to go up from here, but if you have some flexibility and can ride it out for 3 to 5 years, it may be worth waiting to see if we get a rebound on this.
Okay.
How close are you to that urgency on needing to get that money out?
Honestly, I'm pretty urgent. I want to get it done this year.
Okay.
But to be honest with you, I don't need the money.
Right.
Just want to we have enough money.
Yeah.
But I like to get it out though.
Yeah, and I think that's probably a savvy decision. We're hearing lots of people that are saying, I know the market today versus the market tomorrow. I don't know. So that's the one thing I can tell you is what the market is today. So why don't you give me the address? I'll run the PIN number and kind of compare it to other stuff. And then maybe we can have an educated conversation about it. In the meantime, is there anything that would keep you from selling the property? Is there like an emotional attachment to a portion of it? Is there a family house, or is there anything that might, that you might want to retain, like hold on to for your family? Anything I should know about?
I guess the only thing that's kind of out there, and if you talk to my wife, she might think differently. She is more emotionally attached than I am,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think she fully understands where I'm coming from to want to sell it today.
Okay.
But I'm interested in selling. There's no house or anything like that. I mean, granted, our kids grew up on it and they really enjoyed the 400 acres, like anyone would around here.
Yeah, of course. That's awesome. So, do you see how I got in conversation with him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So by that point, there's no sales conversation going on. I'm asking. I literally asked about what's important to his family. I got into the emotional connection. If I had started that call with, so let's redo it, Chris. So ring ring.
Hello.
Hey, this is Jeff Stewart over with Keller Williams Realty. I think my wife mentioned to you that I was a local real estate agent.
Yeah, she did.
So do y'all feel that? It's totally different.
Okay. Yeah. So Jeff, but I think both myself and Dee kind of did it. But like, rather than how you transition directly into kind of like very warm and asking the questions, like getting like more on their level. I think we both kind of, I mean, I know I did, and I kind of, when she did it, she's like, hey, what are you thinking? Like, want to ask you more questions about like X, Y, and Z? Like, is there, I mean, and I thought that was a little like cumbersome and a little awkward. Like, how you do it is definitely more warm and more of a transition.
So here's the deal. If you approach a relationship, even a brand new one, with warmth, and you assume that you're part of the inner circle, people have a hard time pushing you out. So like, let me do and I have to go, we're going to kick off soon, but let me just do a FISBO. So ring ring.
Hello.
Hey, this is Jeff, local real estate broker. Is this house still available?
It is.
You're
trying to
kidding me.
sell it.
Why hasn't it sold?
I don't know. I'm pulling my hair out over this daily. I don't know. I thought it was priced right.
Okay, so did you hear him respond on tonality, cadence, and excitement?
Mm-hmm.
So let's do that again. Ring ring.
Hello.
Hi. Is this the owner of 123 Main Street?
Yeah. Who's asking?
This is Jeff Stewart. I'm a local real estate broker with Keller Williams Professional. Do you have any idea why your house didn't sell, or will you be interviewing agents to find the right agent when you are ready to sell?
I will say I'm thinking why it's selling or why it hasn't sold.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It's totally different, and it's the assumptive relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're not going to push you out of that relationship if you jump in and you hit it well like that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yep. Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.